There is only one perfect solution, but there are clues that will try to trick our team.
Hello there, everyone. My name is Crazy Caleb, and welcome back to Hell itself, also known as Mazeswapper. So this module is a counterpart to a module I made a tutorial for about a couple of years back called Mazeswapper. But this one sucks a lot more than it does with Mazeswapper, because the difference between Mazeswapper and Mazeswapper is that there is a little bit of logic, and there's actually some deductions that you can figure out with Mazeswapper. With Mazeswapper, you only get 4 clues, and that's it. And the rest, you kind of just do it on your own. So, yeah, let's just get right into this. So the goal here is that we have a 6x6 grid of tiles here, and our goal is to try and make a maze of this. So we've got one dark blue tile over here on the at alpha 5 here, and that represents our source. And we're gonna have 3 other shapes that will be present on one of each of these tiles. We've got a tetrahedron, an icosahedron, and a sphere. So what we're trying to make the module do is we're trying to make the tiles all turn light blue, because what the light blue does is it can be reached from the source. So like we can go up, right, and down, but there are walls that are preventing us from actually going anywhere else. So that's effectively saying these are spots that can be reached from the source without any walls. In this case, the black represents the walls. Each of them does have the 4 corners on the as black tiles for now, but those just are kind of as placeholders if you think about them like that, but you get the idea. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the manual way for doing this. There is a lot of different solutions that you can potentially find with a grid, which is why it will give you clues to what. It's why it says clues to a particular solution, because there are definitely different valid solutions that can be found if you simply ignore the sphere, and the different shapes and the source placements. But there is always one that the module generates that satisfies a few conditions. So let's have a look and let's see what that does. So, to start us off, for each group of 3 consecutive serial number characters from left to right, and how exactly does that work? So let's take a look at our serial number. So we obviously have our first 3 characters, 0, Mike, 4, and that's what we're going to start with. Now, what we're going to do is we're simply just going to go 1 space to the right, and we're going to do Mike 4 India, then 4 India Echo, and then India Echo 8. And these will be each of our 4 groups, and if you if you can pretty much either read ahead or have a pretty good idea, you'll see that we have 4 different special tiles that we can worry about. In this case, the source and the ones with the 3 shapes on it, which each of these will be used for. So let's see what we need to do with this. So for each character in the corresponding grid, as shown, find each character in its corresponding grid as shown at the top of the module. So what we need to do first is we need to look at the grids of capital Foxtrot, number 1, and lowercase echo. It will always generate an uppercase letter, a lowercase letter, and a number in this top bit here. So we've got Foxtrot, we have 1, and we have echo, lowercase echo here. And each of these will correspond to these 6x6 grids of which these are under. There is the possibility of for some reason, them using all of the exact same grid, but it's extremely rare. But don't be surprised when there's potentially 2 spots that are using the exact same grid. And each of these positions will correspond to a 6x6 grid, which will have a bunch of characters in it. So let's see what we need to do with that information. So we need to find each character in its corresponding grid as shown at the top of the module. So what we need to do here is from each position in left to right for each of our different groups here, we need to find 0 in the first grid, Mike in the second, and 4 in the third. So in this case, for the Foxtrot grid, we need to find the 0. For the Mike grid, for the 1 grid, we need to find Mike. And for the Echo grid, we need to find 4. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to calculate the number of moves in reading order that it takes to travel from the position of the first character to the second relative to their respective grids. So effectively what this means is that we're going to take the position of 0, and we're going to take the position of Mike, and we're going to calculate the difference, treating it as if they were all effectively in the same grid. It's just the starting placement for each of the characters is going to be different. So, what does it take to get from Bravo 1 to Alpha 3? And how many spaces does it take? So we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that will be how many spaces it'll take. So it'll take 11 to get to alpha 3. So now, what exactly do we do with this information? Make the same number of moves in reading order from the third character in the respective grid. So we're effectively calculating the distance between these two, between the first two characters, and using that distance to move in the third grid. So we're going to move 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So in this case, we're going to be ending on Foxtrot 6. So what exactly do we do with this information? If the position is already, and this is just in case if this pops up, if the position has already had a marked tile assigned to it, move to the next position on the grid in the alphanumeric order. So in this case, if 6 happened to be in the like a position that we've already taken in the grid, if Foxtrot 6 was already taken, we'll simply move to the next character effectively. So 7 would make sense. So that's how that works. It's very rare for that to happen, but just keep that in mind that it can happen. So let's continue with this. So assign a marked tile to the final position. If no tiles have been assigned, which in this case is true, we haven't had anything assigned, the source is assigned to that position on the module. So for Foxtrot 6, we need to put the source at Foxtrot 6. Just like that. And by the way, this module can never strike, if that wasn't clear enough. So, and now what we need to simply do is rinse and repeat for the last 3 remaining groups and figure out where each of these shapes are going to go. And that's all we're simply going to do with it. So we'll mark down that this is the source. And let's find them again. So Mike in Foxtrot, 4 in 1, and India in Echo. There. Okay. Distance between the first two, there is none. They are both on the exact same position, so therefore we know that the next position is going to be Foxtrot 2. So what exactly do we do with Foxtrot 2? So otherwise, in this case, a tile has been assigned. So assign the tile marked with the solid that corresponds to the format of each character on the module from left to right. So effectively, we're going to be taking what it is, in this case, either uppercase or lowercase letter or number, and we're going to be assigning whatever shape it is, whatever character it is, we're going to assign that shape to that position. So in this case, it is an uppercase letter, so we're going to be assigning the icosahedron to Foxtrot 2. And that's going to go there. So I'll mark this down as icosa, and we need to figure out where the other two are. So we know for a fact that tetrahedron and sphere are unassigned, so we need to figure out where those go. So let's do just that. So next up, we have 4 India Echo. So 4 India Echo. Distance between the 4 and the India is 6, 12, 13. So down 2, right 1. So 6, 12, 13. In this case, we land on Echo 2. So Echo 2, in this case, we're looking at the number because it's the second position, the second one, or rather, it's the number is in the second position. So we're going to be using the sphere in this position. Okay, so the sphere goes there. And finally, where's our tetrahedron going to go? And it makes sense because the last letter is a lowercase letter, which does correspond to the tetrahedron. So let's take a look at this last position here. So we have India, Echo, and an 8. Okay, so between India and Echo, how many spaces does it take? So we need to get, so we need to do 1, so we need to do 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, down at alpha 6. So that'll be where the tetra goes. Okay, so we'll move that there. And just like that, we have our cases all assigned. So now there is another case, there is another rule that they have marked in here, but for the most part, it's actually kind of useless until you get later on down the line. Selecting a marked tile will display the number of walls, not including edges or doubles, in a row and column of its assigned position on the displays at the right of the module. Though which screen shows between row and column is unknown. So in this case, this is what we have to deal with. So each of the marked tiles, in this case everything with the shape on it or the source, will give you a series of numbers to which I'd honestly say you can mostly just disregard, because I've never had a case where that's deduced anything for me, really. So now here's the hard part. You just kind of go at it. You really just don't You really just have to do your thing, honestly. Just go nuts. And just try and find something that works. Now, one thing that's nice is that we do know that this is effectively on its own, and we know that we have to find something else here. And one other thing to note down, too, is that we can safely confirm that everything we've placed makes sense because of the fact that this wall off to the right has to be on the edge, which therefore that makes sense. This bottom right corner has to have at least the right and the down have walls, so therefore that makes sense. And this is an edge piece, so this does make my life a little bit easier potentially. So let's just kind of bogosort effectively. That's kind of just the way that this mod works. I can maybe get this in here. That'll be nice. Now, one other thing to note is that there actually really isn't much moving around that I could do, which is interesting. There usually is, and a lot of the times it generates, there's usually a space where there's 4 sides, like up, left, right, and down, that can generate. And that, in this case, that actually doesn't appear. So basically what we have to do is we have to just figure out, it seems like there's going to be a lot of straight and narrow paths from what I understand. So we can definitely use this to our advantage and figure that out potentially. We maybe use this as a corner. Maybe you could use this as a corner too. That might be a legit strategy. Over here, bam, right here, right here, right here. That could work. This is looking pretty good so far. We need to find something to do with this guy over here, which shouldn't be too bad. I hope it's not. So let's figure something out. We need to take care of these two. That's definitely a big concern of mine. So let's just think about this. Maybe over here, perhaps? Certainly won't be easy, I'll tell you that. So yeah, this is the way that this mod works. It's just, you kind of just have to go nuts. You have to kind of go crazy and see if you can figure out something to work and hope and pray that you do. So that's really all the advice I can give on this mod going forward. If I can get a wall to the right, that would be nice. Maybe here? There's some potential. Yeah, because I can maybe move this over here. Could find a way to link these guys up. Maybe not. I'm not quite sure. Anything can happen, really, at this point. Let's see. I need to address this immediately. Okay, this could be promising. It certainly is close to being done. We just need to find a way to link this up. And from what I'm seeing, everything else matches so far. I'm not having any issues. This might be a quick one. And by the way, I'm going to say this right now. I am not doing a second example. Just saying it outright. I do not have the patience for it today. Nor ever. So this might be a case where we swap these two. And this could lead to a dead end. That could be nice. It's a tough one. Definitely a tough one. It's just about finding a way for these guys to link up at some point, which is what I need to do. It's very close to being correct, but there's still a lot of delicate intricacies we need to determine. I do just need something that will allow everyone to connect over here. If we tried this, maybe could lead somewhere. I don't like that. No. Okay. I need something off to the left there. So that's why that doesn't work. Yeah, this is the hard part about this mod. I think I have a pretty good strat going here. Now this might be a case where I try to determine the walls. So in this case, it doesn't count doubles or edges, which in this case I think would make sense. So one wall makes sense. So I think that that's right so far. And there's nothing on the column either, so that is quite helpful. This is our 1. Do we have 3 potentially? So 1, 2, 3 makes sense. I think it's going good so far. And this one, we need 2. 1, 2. I don't know. I don't know if it count. I don't know what it means by counting doubles. I've never had the time to figure this out. If I can get a bottom left corner, that'd be nice. There's no bottom left though, so we're out of luck there. I need to fix this too. At some point. Trademark. I guess it's just more or less finding out which piece I can take safely without any issues. I'm assuming that's when it's referring to doubles. It's referring to cases where they're the left, like the left and right, or the up and down both have it, which means something doesn't make sense here. Maybe I have an idea. I have an interesting idea. Could be something like this, but I need a bottom left corner. Crap. So I think that has to be there. I think that has to be it. There's no bottom left corners, which makes this really rough. So yeah, this is the Mazeswapper experience at its finest. Maybe something like this could be interesting. I'm better off just shuffling it around. Might as well. Nope, that disconnects that. Maybe over here? I wonder if I could maybe move one of these things out of the way here, and that could lead somewhere. Maybe? Perhaps? Let's do this first. Oh, maybe here? Ooh, we're close. Okay. Hold on. We might be onto something here. I think I see it. Swap you two. Swap you two. We're so close. Where is it? Um... Oh, crap. Where is it? Where is it? I think I can do this. I think I'm on the right track. I think this has to be part of the solution. It's just a matter of where. Where is it? Where is it that I can fix it? Let me check the other edges to make sure that everything else is fine. From what it seems like, it is fine. Come on. No, that doesn't help. That doesn't improve my situation. Oh, it's so close to being right. Where is it? This would be the perfect case where I could get a 4, and that'd be nice. Maybe. There's no more bottom rights that I can work with, I don't think. What if I were to move all of this down 1? Move this back over here. Move you. Okay, now we have a bunch of dead ends. No, that's not quite what I'm looking for. Bottom left. There's no bottom left corner. Oh, it's so stupid. Yeah, that blocks it in. I can't do that. The fact that, I mean, just the no bottom left corner is really screwing with me right now. It really is so badly right now. You... maybe... Oh my god, I might be onto something. Oh, it's so close. It almost works. That's what this mod does to you. It just taunts you. It's so right there. Where is it? Maybe if I move one of these up here, move you down here. No. No. Ah, damn it. Excuse me. The bottom left, just not being there, is throwing me off so hard right now. It's actually insane. That's crazy. Okay, let's try something else. Move you up, move you, swap you to. No, I need this. I need this. I need to not be restricted from the bottom bit here. I've got too many dead ends I haven't taken care of. This is going to be a problem. This is the bullshit that is this mod. For all we could know, for all we know, we could try this. I don't know. No, but there's not even enough. Maybe we have something going here. There's one off to the right. Yeah, there was. Nope. I hope you guys are having a good time, because I'm not right now. And that's all I have to say to that. Oh, this sucks. I mean, the only other thing I can think of is something like this, where this is definitely a dead end. We bring this down here. This goes to a dead end in some way, shape, or form, and we have to swap. We need you up here. We need you to go here at some point. Yep. A wall to the left will do. You there. Bottom right corner. There's no bottom left. I'm gonna lose my mind because there's no bottom left corner. No bottom left corner. Oh, this is awful. This is awful. I mean, the only other thing I can come up with is going back and somehow reverting this. So we'll bring this down here. We'll bring you up here. We'll bring you back up. Because I gotta make these things move. Might not be here. Might be somewhere else. Might be like in the middle. Bottom left corner. Oh, I hate this. I absolutely hate this so much. I've been at this for nearly 40 minutes. Oh, crap. There's no bottom left corner. Oh god, how I love this mod so much. I have an idea. Let's go this. I cannot stress this enough. This is not fun at all for me. Like, I am getting no joy from this whatsoever. Okay, maybe we're getting somewhere. Hold on. I don't know where to go from here. I need a wall just down here. So many times it looks right, and so many times it isn't. No, it doesn't make sense. What was I thinking about? There's no corners. Bottom left corners. I don't think I've ever lost my mind about bottom left corners until now. I don't think this has ever happened to me. I don't think I've ever stooped this low. Talking about bottom left corners so much. I genuinely am going to lose my mind. I mean, maybe I can move it. Hold on. If I move it off to the right here. So let's go bam, 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 bam. There's not two of them. So I know I'm back where I started. I think this is forced because of the fact that there has to be something to the left and there has to be something down. Which doesn't exist, so it has to be this. This has to be true. We know that for a fact. And now we don't know how to get in here. There's nothing up. Okay, yeah, that actually does free that up. So go back here. What can I do with this? Oh my god. There's no more of those. I thought this would be an easy one, but how wrong I was. That has to go there. That has to go there. There's not another one of this either, which is just what makes it really annoying, and why I believe that it has to be like this. Perhaps there can be like a meeting point at some point up here. So they meet up. A wall off to the right. Top right. There's no bottom left. Oh, if we can find a way for these things to meet up, that'll be nice. I feel like I'm one move away from this all being connected together. Maybe worth sacking another piece up here for another straight side. Gives me a bit more room. Let's give that a try. Where would this make sense? Definitely not this way. Come on, we're almost there. I feel it. I feel it on the horizon. What am I missing? I need to find a way to connect these guys together. Nearing an hour. Okay, that's great. Nearing 50 minutes. Where is it? I feel like I can see it, but I can't at the exact same time. One, two, three. Okay, I think that's right. If we're not including doubles. 1, 0, 1. Okay, I need something else here. From the looks of it. There's no bottom left corner, so I can't do that. I don't even know what I would include in this case. If there's no bottom left corner, I can't possibly fathom what I would need. There's no more U's. I mean, the weirdest case I could see is like a bottom, it goes like down here into the bottom left, which doesn't seem likely. It just doesn't. I don't really want to try it because I feel like I'm really close to it. But at the same time, I might be out of options here. So we move this forward one, I believe. We swap these two. This doesn't change anything yet. And there's no bottom left corner. I can't do that. Never mind. I thought about it for a second and I can't do it. This bottom left corner not being present is really screwing with me right now. I'll just outright say it. It is really screwing with me. There's not two of those I can work with, so that doesn't make sense. There's not two Novembers I can work with. I mean, the Charlie is really the only way forward that I could see making sense here. So I'm going to go back. There's no bottom left. Oh my god, every way that I'm thinking about requires a bottom left corner, which I do not have. I mean, it could be some really weird case, because we have a lot of top lefts that we can work with. It could be some really wacky case where there's like, this guy goes up here for some reason. I'll give it a try, but I doubt it. So we'll just swap one of these, put that there. We'll give it a top left up here. Now, is there a way for the November to meet up? There is potentially. This might actually weirdly work. Bring you here. Okay, so far that kind of works. Kind of, I say. We can get rid of this. We can add you here. There's no bottom left corner I can work with. That cannot go on the edge. That can't go there. That'll force me to mess with those, and I don't really want to mess with those as much as I can. Might be a case where I just move these things forward. I don't know how we're going to access these, though. back. Hell, maybe even this. That becomes not possible. Oh my god. Wait, did I just solve it?
Is the right answer?
Oh my god, I fucking did one. Aw, dude. Actually, screw that mod to hell. I can't believe I got this done. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It wasn't as lucky as Polygrid. It certainly was not as lucky as Polygrid. And that just shows you how crazy that mod is. And how rough it is. Let me see the log file. Was that even the intended solution? Ah, dude, that was so frustrating. It wasn't. It was something completely different. As you can see there, that just goes to show how, even with the same sources, even with the same, like, placements of this, F6 was the source, F2 was the icosahedron, E2 was the sphere, and A6 was the tetra. It just goes to show that there can be so many different paths that you can work with. And there's a lot of different solutions that you can make. I made one that wasn't the solution that it was generating, because I simply ignored the sixth rule, and I still managed to figure it out. So, but there you go. I did one. I hope to God I never have to do this mod again. If someone wants to give recommendations of better ways to do this mod, be my guest. But as far as I know, there are not many options available. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay crazy, stay cool, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.